What? Alright, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Sorry it's a little late. I'm a bit sick, so I won't be on voice much longer here. Thank you for coming. We will be playing D&D tonight, so enjoy.
Alright, last we left the party, they had just conquered the basement of the Unrolling Scroll, a nearby temple dedicated to the god of knowledge, Ogma. They'd done so quite well, killing a undead beholder who had somehow made its way into the crypt, and recovering a piece of jewelry from it. The piece of jewelry was brought to the High House of Wonders, a large magic museum, which also gave consultations on the items and identifications for modest fees. The item was found to be of historical value and not much more. Anyways, you left there and had just gone to perhaps do some shopping or go and find some more work in the city. And this playlist that I have is the worst playlist ever. My God. Constant screaming and singing. This is not what I want. Anyways. Eric's, I believe you were at the base of a large tower in the upper quarter of the city, wanting to know what that was last session when we ended off. Well, let me tell you what it is. Oh, yes. Keep forgetting I have to do that. And I'll share the map of Faerun as well. And for you, Sully, you were in Baldur's Gate. I believe Cobalt and... Actually, I believe it perhaps might have been Raku as well, but you and Cobalt were definitely together.
Okay. Okay, so I'm in Baldur's Gate with him right now?
Yep. Well, all of you are still in Baldur's Gate.
Okay. I thought we were all tagging along together, or were we not?
I'm not sure exactly where you left. Actually, no. Raku, you were definitely with Cobalt and Eric's.
Okay.
Rokrok dodged out to do some perhaps shady business. Likely not, however. And Sully, I will get to you in just a second. And unfortunately for us, Sully's mic is not working tonight. Discord is giving us quite a lot of trouble, but I'm not going to blame it on Discord just yet. So Eric's. Oh, yeah. Sully is a new player to us. That's the name of his character.
Does he go by Sully or Many Thoughts?
I'm actually not sure. Either way, you guys will figure that out when you meet.
Alright.
And Eric, stop metagaming. You don't even know who this kobold is. Or that there is another kobold. Okay, so. Well, yeah, I get it. Rokrok, you with us?
For right now, yes.
Awesome. What are you doing? Last we left off, you had smelled something very, very strange and rotten over in the well, near the center of the plaza.
I'm gonna go follow my nose.
All right. You continue to follow it. It's a very acidic smell. It's not like rotten food, which you might want to dig into, but it's something that's actually genuinely disgusting to you.
I'm still curious.
All right. And we will get to your description when it happens, Sully. And actually, Sully, I'm going to give you a bit of background on what is happening with you. The Adventurers Guild that you were in has been facing quite a lot of financial troubles over the past year. People left, people dying, various debts catching up to the owner, and in the past few months, it was clear that this place was forced to shut down. You, having nowhere else to go, you stayed with them until the bitter end, which is, coincidentally, today. This is when you are officially being kicked out onto the street. You've gathered up what little you have and stepped outside to clear your mind as you're now thinking of all the possibilities of what might come to pass. All right. And that would put you on this map. You have the Baldur's Gate map up, correct? All right. You are somewhere near the Wide. It's near the letter D, Delta. You're in that neighborhood over there, kind of next to the plaza. All right. Eric's, what did you want to do at the base of this tower?
Also, where are we right now?
You all are at the letter B, Bravo. It's at the base of a large tower, a large tiered tower.
Ah. Okay.
Yep, and if Raku or Cobalt, you want to do anything, just go ahead and say so. Eric's, at the base of the tower, you see a swinging sign just below that, just below an overhanging roof. It seems too big for what it says because it says tower. And there probably was something written above it at first, but it's covered up by a paint in the same color as the board, which is painted white at the moment. The front door does seem to be closed, and there's nobody on the outside, ushering you in. You knock on the door and call out for anyone, but no one seems to answer for a little while. Do you choose to wait? After about 2 or 3 minutes, you hear quick-ish footsteps behind the door. Cobalt, did you actually send anything, or did you manage to send a space?
I have no idea what that was. I might have I guess I accidentally sent it.
Nice. Yeah, Discord is not being nice to you, especially, Sully. Are you still getting what I'm saying? With Rock, it works periodically.
No, I have it.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't hear you so well. You're breaking up a lot.
Okay. I'll try to talk a bit slower and enunciate more. It might help.
It may or may not help. It's like going in and out of a tunnel. It's like you're talking and then it back talks and then it talks forward.
Huh. Could you try connecting to a...
So I think it's Discord.
Might be your internet connection too. Could you try doing a hard connection to a router? Can't,
yeah, but my internet thing, I got like 3 or 4 bars.
Yeah?
So, but
Oh,
the
it's better.
voice connection for Discord is only on 1 bar.
Oh. Oh, that was weird.
Sorry, I said it's weird because we can hear you just fine.
Yeah.
I think it might just be your internet connection, since you are at your parents' house. Stenoga, is it any better now? Whew. Wow.
Yeah.
Just pure suffering.
It seems as though my Discord connection is dropping in and out occasionally, but not nearly as bad.
Yeah. Eric's is moving the server around.
Mm.
Or he's switching to different servers to see if we can get a better connection.
I can hear you now, but you're still breaking up. I have no idea what's going on.
I guess it's your internet. But we can't really fix that right now, so let's keep going.
Yeah.
And I'll try to...
I'll go as long as I can.
Yeah. And feel free to call me out in case you don't hear anything right. You know, don't feel like I'm going to get angry at you, because I feel where you're coming from.
Yeah, I get it. It's just, I've reset Discord 3 times, and I even reset my computer twice, and it just hasn't done anything.
We'll see. If it gets worse, then yeah. But I mean,
yeah. I'll play by ear, because there'll be times where I can hear you fine, and then it's just nothing.
All right. Sully, get a little description ready for your character, because you might run across somebody from the party soon. All right. Rook, that smell it's getting a bit stronger now, and it's pulling you towards the northern wall of the city. Right now, you're at the letter D, and moving northwards.
Northwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of northeast.
I am gonna hunch my head down and follow it, because it doesn't smell like food. So now I'm super curious.
All fours?
Yes.
Alright. Crawling down across the ground like a lizard, you are becoming quite the spectacle now as you sniff out the elusive smell, much like a dog. A very, very large, scaly dog.
Yep.
It keeps leading you through the city and through various alleyways, and you have to double back sometimes, but eventually you pass something and you think that it's definitely the source of the smell. It's actually a bakery. And it is the most vile, acidic, wretched stench you could ever imagine. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
You said, what was it?
A bakery.
You're breaking up when you were describing it.
Ah.
Oh, it's a foul-smelling bakery. You said, Constitution?
Yes.
Constitution check.
Saving throw.
Saving throw or saving throw? Okay.
Saving throw, yep.
Ugh. That's, I rolled 11 plus 7, so 18.
18, nice. You feel very, very
There we go.
slightly nauseous, but you're easily able to hold that feeling down. You notice that nobody else seems to be alarmed at how bad this bakery smells.
Can I do a perception check to see if everybody's giving it like a wide berth?
Sure. That wouldn't really. Sure. Roll perception.
Not so good.
15. Doesn't seem so. There's a few people inside buying loaves of bread as you speak, or as you look around.
Okay, well, I'm gonna essentially crawl right in through the doors.
Alright. Sully, across the street, you see
I'm gonna find out where the true smell comes from.
You see what looks to be a very small... Actually, it looks exactly like a kobold to you. In relatively shiny plate armor. Very loudly clanking and crawling his way into the bakery across the street. Inside the bakery, you don't notice anything wrong except for the shopkeeper, a very tall dwarf. He's about 4 feet tall, which is very tall for dwarves. He gives you a look, and he seems to...
I want to crawl around.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, as soon as he comes in and sees the dwarf, I want to crawl around the corner and get right up to his face.
Dang it. I didn't mean to send that.
What were you talking about?
Chat.
Did I not click ice knife?
What did it? Said ice knife.
I didn't mean to do that. Continue, please.
Oh, I can rephrase it, apparently. Anyways, you basically sprint into the bakery and slither around the corner directly into the shopkeeper's face. He is going to attempt to grab you and throw you over the counter.
Okay, I want to dodge. Athletics?
This is going to be straight AC, which is...
Wait, if
Very
it's a
weird.
grapple, wouldn't it be contested acrobatics or athletics?
He has to hit you first.
Oh, okay.
What's your AC?
21.
Hey, you have that. Yeah, it wouldn't hit. He fails to find any grip on your plate armor.
Mm-hmm.
And Sully, it might be good to copy paste that description for use later because yeah. Anyways, he tries to grab you but fails, and he yells out, "What are you doing behind the counter?" And I'm sorry for the fucking voice there. I came out a lot different than I thought.
I think it was just fine.
Yeah? Thank you.
Yep. I'm gonna get right up to his face and just look at him and say, "This place stinks. Why?"
How about you get out before I call the guards? First you invade my store, and
Say
now
that again?
you make first you invade my store, and now you make accusations against my bread? As he's doing this, he's continually approaching you closer and closer.
Bread smells. Yeah. He's gonna say. Rock's gonna say, "Bread place smells like bad meat, but not like bad meat. Why stink?" in really broken common.
Well, maybe it's because you lizard folk have no taste for bread. Now get out!
At this moment, I'm gonna follow him into the bakery. Does it smell
You
bad?
went and followed him?
Yeah, does it smell bad?
No, it smells relatively fine. I mean, you're
Alright,
not
I'm
one for bread, really, but it's kind of good. And
Oh, wait,
yeah,
was it with Eric's?
yeah, you were with Eric's.
I thought he was with us, yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm over there. Never mind then.
I forgot about that too for a moment. Thank you, Eric's.
Does my bread
I did
sense
too.
tingle?
Give me a... Oh, what would that... Give me an insight check. Riku.
You said the smell was like an acidic smell.
Yes.
Oh, can
It's-
I roll? Can I roll survival? Because it's me.
He probably could. Go ahead, yeah. Your bread sense doesn't tingle any more than it is right now, as you do have
Okay.
a large amount of bread in your quiver right now.
All right, carry on.
The smell is something that's even vile to your deadened nose. As kobolds are guests to many foul-smelling things, oftentimes at once,
Mhm.
including the kobolds themselves. It's hard to
can
actually
I-
just go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. It's hard to describe the smell. It's a mix of rotting eggs, rotting meat, and a little hint of what you smelled below the chapel in the crypt.
Hmm.
Hmm. I'm gonna look at him. Smells of rotten meat and death. Where stink?
Have you ever considered that it might be you? He's going to make another grapple check. Oh, that's an 18. Oh, his modifier is like... Oh, that's 22 to hit.
Oh, is it?
Give me a contestant strength roll. So roll a strength check.
I thought it was
A
athletics.
strength.
Oh, yes. Athletics or dexterity?
Acrobatics.
Oh, yeah. Athletics or acrobatics.
Whichever one you want. Preferably the one higher.
Let's do athletics.
Well, there it is.
Oof. Alright. And he barely got below that.
Oh.
God damn it. You're winning this. You're winning this really well, yeah.
Kobolds are slippery, just not in this case.
In this
not
case,
the
it's
strength
just
way.
straight up muscle.
I know.
Sully, across the street, you see that the kobold who slithered in is causing quite a stir inside. And Rook, you are picked up off the ground for a moment before you wrench his grip from you. You fall down to the ground unscathed and on your feet. However, you are basically right next to where the counter meets the wall. The little gap between the counter and the wall.
Is there a way I can sniff the air again to find out where the smell is actually coming from?
Roll a perception. As he continues to push forward. It's coming from all around you right now.
Is there like a back room?
Yeah.
I want to slither into the back room.
Give me an acrobatics check.
I'm not so good at that one.
Yeah, that's a nat one.
I don't flip. I can't win them all.
Oh lord. Give
You
me a
roll one.
strength saving throw.
Saving roll or just a strength check?
Saving throw. Because he just rolled a nat 20 to shove you.
Mm.
Which I don't remember how this works in contested. Either way, I think that nat 1 should hurt you.
Yeah, probably.
As he gets closer to you, as you're sniffing, you try to basically just kind of move around him towards the back room. You find that he's anticipated that you do this and shoves you into the side wall. You are now... You kind of bounce off of it and are now in front of the counter. The shopkeeper points to one of the customers and he says, "You, go get some guards." Do you get all that, Rock?
I want to shove him off of me and, like, go into that back room. I'm determined.
Well, he didn't actually tackle you. He more shoved you into the wall.
So, I heard, like, some of it.
He didn't actually tackle you. He shoved you into the wall and in front of the counter.
Oh, okay. He's gonna try to go back in the room one more time.
Right. How are we gonna try to get past him?
Just gonna shove right past him.
Alright, that's a contested strength. So roll a strength check.
Strength. It's a save, right? Or it's a
This is
normal
a
strength?
check for you. Yep. And he rolled just below that. You push him with all your might, and he actually stumbles backwards a good bit, catching himself on the wooden counter. He's still in front of the entrance of the back room, however.
I'm gonna yell move and draconic and just go forward.
Alright, let's do the same thing again. Roll a strength check. Alright, you failed that. Seeing as you still have the upper hand, you again push him, and he tumbles backwards, knocking over a platter of freshly baked dough, loaves. You rush past him and to the side into the back room of the bakery. Sully, you see that the kobold has caused quite a lot of trouble. Are you going to go in after him? Are you going to watch from the outside? Or are you going to completely ignore him? In the back room, Rock. Actually, let's back away from him for a sec. Eric's and Raku, what are you both doing? Oh yes, I forgot. The guy Gus does come to the door. It is a male halfling, about 3.5, 4 feet tall, about your same height. He comes to the door wearing a robe and carrying a mug of wine, or what you think to be wine. And it's not a mug, it's a kind of a wine glass. A goblet, that's the word for it. Sorry. He looks at you two outside the door and he says, "Can I help you? This is my house. I live here. My name is Alam. Now that I've given you my name, I request a bit of, well, it used to be someone else's tower, and I haven't gotten anyone to write the name on it. Now, can I help you with anything actual, or are you going to make light talk?"
I'm just kind of standing in the background as they talk, because I was just tagging along. I didn't really care about the tower.
What's your name, I'll ask?
Alam.
I'm gonna Oh wait, I don't have Mold Earth. Heck, never mind. Ignore me. I was gonna do a thing, but I don't have that cantrip.
All right. Well, I'm enjoying my afternoon here, so I'd rather not make light talk, especially with kobolds.
Kobolds are great. What are you talking about?
I kind of growl when he says that.
I see this is what's wrong with kobolds. As soon as I question your integrity, you immediately get angry.
I'm not angry. I just disagree.
I don't believe you, frankly. As I see no proof of the city ever being in danger in the past. How old are you? 4 or 5 years old?
Kobold's gonna puff his chest out proudly and say, 6! Thank you very much.
Yes, I haven't seen actual trouble in this city in 14 years, so... Alright then, Mr. Eric's. He doesn't actually say your name. Alright then, Red One. What happened 14 years ago? Because I don't think you were there. And he continues to, sorry. And I'm not going to say thank you. Because, Frank, you still haven't proven to me what you've actually done. Well, good luck. Doesn't even answer you. He closes the door.
Hey,
you-
guys.
So, Eric, you say that last sentence to a door. What was that, Cobalt?
I said, let's where to next, fellas?
It's made of wood, Eric's. Pretty solid and reinforced wood. Riku, are you doing anything special?
What was... Describe the sign that said, like, what tower it was that we read.
It's clear that there was a decently long word above tower. However, it's completely painted over with white. It's a slightly off hue from the rest of the paint on the sign.
Like, is the sign hung, or is it just like...
It's hung. It's one of those swinging signs just below the overhanging roof.
Alright, I want to look around and see if there's any, like, guards or people that are looking at us.
There's a patrol of guards just down the road, roughly, I'll go 5 strong, marching towards you at the moment. And there is one guard kind of off towards the side talking to a family of 2 with his back turned to you.
Alright. I was debating taking my crowbar and pulling the sign down, but I decided not to.
The surrounding portion, the ground floor is a good amount of brick and cobblestone, along with some very stout and robust wood sections. There's some very small windows on this first floor, and all of them are barred.
I want to look around the building in places that I think I would find some thieves' cant to tell me if there's anything worth inside of this place.
Alright, Eric's, the frame of the door is, it's a thin wooden sort of, hard to describe it. The frame itself is wooden, but it's fairly thin, and it immediately goes to the brick and cobblestone mixture. Give me an investigation check, Raku.
Alright. Could I add advantage to it because I'm looking in places that I would normally find thieves' cant?
Sure.
Alright.
Alright, 12. After circling around a little bit, you do manage to find a small marking. It, however, isn't on the house itself. It's on one of these, the wooden posts that support this overhanging roof. You see depicted are the signs for, and it's kind of spread out in a public place like this. Very high value items, lots of gold, lots of gems, lots of magical items, and a final sign which says, warning, hazardous entry, death almost guaranteed.
Alright.
On the tower?
But
yes.
Can I tell how old this was written in? Because he said that he had just moved in there, so...
All of these markings are... Give me an investigation check. Wow. Some of these actually have moss growing on them, so you guess them to be around 2 or 3 seasons old.
But he said that he moved in there like 10 years ago, right, or something?
He said he didn't say anything about moving in here.
Oh, okay.
Clear that he's lived in Neverwinter for the past 14 years. At least. Sorry, Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate. Yeah, I thought we were at Neverwinter earlier, too. Okay, so, I just kind of take down a note of this place in the signs that I'd seen.
Alright. Is it from the same tree, Eric's? I'm gonna roll a die. Actually, no, you're going to be the judge of what is. Alright. High or low, Eric's? You go with high? Alright, 90 to 100. Then it's going to be from the same tree. $87, that is not. The wood is not from the same tree, Eric's. The upper panel seems to have been refurbished at some time during the house's lifespan, so is definitely not part of the same tree. Alright, and Sully will be right back as he is dealing with duties, as is detailed. do I do a D1? Oh, never mind. I got it. Give me a dexterity saving throw, Eric's.
Yeah, I think I know what's gonna happen here. Oh, that die.
You take 1 point of lightning damage.
Oh.
As a bolt of electricity arcs out from the structure itself when you try to take your magic and apply it to the structure. The sound itself is very quiet, but it is incredibly painful. You find your hands shaking just from the electricity that's coursed through your body.
I take more notes when I see that happen to him, and then I run over and help him up.
Alright. Cobalt, what are you doing?
I'm sketching the tower. Waiting for them to make a move, because I don't know what they want to do next. I already asked, but no one responded.
Well, I'm done here now. He asked where to go to now when the guy closed the door, but you were too busy with the door frame.
Cobalt, give me a dexterity check with, give me a dexterity check with proficiency for the quality of the drawing.
Okay. I guess just manual, just add 3 to this.
Alright.
That.
So 18 or 20?
20.
20, alright.
It's +3.
It's a very easy building to actually draw, and you manage to get a good amount of the details from the exterior down on the sheet of parchment. Add a well-made sketch of the, we'll just call it the tower, in your inventory.
Alright, it's in.
Alright. Rock, are you still with us?
So far, yes.
Alright. You run into the back room of the bakery, and you are confronted with a bakery. There is a bunch of ovens around, there's a bunch of mixing bowls, large sacks of flour. In fact, just for kicks and giggles, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Alright, I think I can do that for you. Ooh.
Well, that's high enough. I was planning on only really fucking you over if it was a nat 1 here.
Oh, okay.
The air is thick with airborne flour and dust, and it tastes vile.
Is it almost tasting like it had what I was smelling?
Yeah, in fact.
I want to inspect one of the bags.
Alright. With the same speed as before, you run over to one of the bags. Give me a investigation check.
I should have worded that different.
What were you gonna do?
I was just gonna look at the bags, see if there was any like maggots or something crawling out.
Of course. No, they look perfectly fine. They're a bit
He's gonna go over to the...
but otherwise seems to be in place for what you think a bakery should look like.
He's gonna go over to the bowl and look in the bowl.
It is empty. Give me a dexterity check. Because as you're investigating the various things in the bakery, the owner has approached you in the back quite speedily, almost as if he charged back here.
We got a bakery boss battle going on here.
Where's Captain Breadloaf when we need him?
I checked my bread senses and it didn't tell me.
Bread hasn't been harmed yet.
Oh, so when bread is harmed, I'll know?
When bread is harmed in a way that ruins the bread to the point where you couldn't even hold it, that's when you know.
Oh man, that's just people eating bread. How do I survive?
Eating bread is not ruining it. And that is a 22 against your AC again.
So if anyone damages a baguette that I'm holding, do I get a rage bonus?
It depends.
I need to see how this works.
Alright, that is going to be 2 points of bludgeoning damage. As you take a standing, or that's not really a flying kick. That's a very solid standing kick. Kind of the kick that people use to bust down doors.
Okay.
That's what you just got hit by. As hearing him coming, you got ready to evade him. However, he was right there and planted a kick squarely in your chest, knocking you back a good bit. Give me another dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
You slam against the back wall, and actually the rear door that leads into the back alleyway. You find yourself not standing, but on your knees. And you would have to burn 5 feet of movement to get back up to a standing position.
That's what I'm going to do.
Just remember that. What are you going to do?
Is it possible that I can headbutt him?
Sure. Roll a...
I am going to do that.
I mean, it's not really improvised weapon, as you would be good at doing that. Give me a melee attack. No proficiency. So, straight strength.
Oh, so just a strength thing?
Yep. Well, that's going to be enough. As you quickly lash forward, headbutting him directly in the stomach. He cries out. You do 1d4 damage. I'll roll that for you.
Plus strength.
Yep. So, 8 damage. Or, 5. A good amount of damage. You see that he falls to one knee, grabbing at his abdomen. Can I get a perception check?
Yeah. Perception.
Alright. You don't notice anything new. Certainly not.
I just want to walk.
Yeah.
Different.
Go ahead.
Alright, I just want to walk over to him, get really close to his face, and tell him, you need clean better, place things, and just walk away.
Alright. You open the swinging door. After saying that, he doesn't really respond. He's just clutching at his abdomen. As you walk out of the sort of revolving door, you hear it now. The clanking of armored guards.
Hmm.
You actually see them out the front window now. Along with one of the people who was in the bakery earlier. Got about, I'd say, 6 to 8 seconds before they get in the door.
We don't know where he is, do we?
I want to go out the back door.
Alright. Seeing the guards rapidly approaching, you make the decision to leave out the back door. A smart one. You find yourself in an alley. The stench has lessened quite a bit now that you're outside. And you're running that fast. What's your speed? 25, 30?
Normally it's
30.
30? Alright. I'm guessing you would take a dash action.
Yes.
Alright. So, turning left would bring you to the east on this map, and turning right would bring you to the west. Which way do you choose to go?
Which way was the front door?
The front door is to the north. So you're facing south.
Okay. Facing south. I'll go west.
Alright. Sully, you back yet? I'll take that as a no. Do you want to make a stealth check to perhaps move a bit more quietly?
Not really, because I got disadvantage on stealth, so that's probably not the greatest thing for me. I just want to book ass and get out of there.
Alright. Give me... Actually, no. Never mind. Sprinting out into the alleyway and eventually onto the streets, you don't seem to see any guards chasing you at the moment. I'm going to make a note here.
Alright, okay. I am going to move as far away from this building as I can.
Alright. Sully, who is standing at the outside of these defunct adventurers guild, sees the kobold who has caused quite a bit of trouble. He sees him running away, actually, and he is going to kind of curiously follow him to see where he goes, just to make sure that you actually meet, because he's gone at the moment, so yeah. So, what is everybody else doing? You guys are still over at the tower. Cobalt, you just finished up your quick sketch. Raku, you had helped Eric's up after he was shocked by the door.
I think we're probably getting in the cart now.
Alright.
Probably going somewhere. Okay, we go to F for some reason. What time is it?
In game, it is currently. Let's go about 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
About 4 o'clock?
3:45.
I tell everyone it's 3:45.
What?
I said I tell everyone it's 3:45.
Alright, everybody knows that it is exactly 3:45.
Yes.
Makes that much more work for me.
Yeah, no, we got up earlier so we can go to the House of High Wonders.
Yep.
Alright. Sounds good.
Where did I have the actual tavern on this map?
It was the... Is it E3 Old Kegs?
Oh, that is exactly where it is. Alright. It is quite literally a block away. And you wonder why you got in your cart at all. I forgot.
Oh.
Yeah.
I almost forgot. Because of Kobold's urchin background, if he's leading, everyone moves twice as fast through cities.
Does that take into account,
Alright, Sully's here.
Sully,
that
I
would
took
have
a
been good
big...
to know with Rock.
Yeah. Sully, I apologize. I may have taken a bit of initiative. You are kind of curiously following a kobold who violently entered a bakery, assaulted the owner, and then sprinted out the back. You are just kind of following where he's going, not really with any sense of urgency. He's currently heading westwards from the wide towards letter Echo. Do you want to do anything special as you're following him? Or do you want to stop following him at all? Ooh, this is a nice song. Started playing Skyrim music.
Always good song.
Hell yeah.
Convenient.
Ancient Stones, the city music playlist. Nice. Alright, do try to write in the Fantasy Grounds chat window from now on. But I'll relay what's been said. You stop following him for the moment. Where do you go instead? I believe you can whisper it to me, and I might be able to copy it and paste it into the chat afterwards.
You can't just type it in the chat?
The description. Yeah. It's a pretty good album. I think I've listened to it a few times. Raises a good point. How do you whisper stuff to the DM in this chat window? I believe that's slash something or other. And then after GM, you would write your message with the space. Alright. So yeah, basically copy down what Eric said before your message, and I will paste it back in the chat whenever it is necessary, or whenever it is relevant. Excellent. Excellent. No problem at all. I can see your whispers, you know.
What?
I can see all of your whispers. Alright. So, Sully, instead of following Mr. Rokrok, what will you do instead? And I will add that kobolds, in general... Oh, sorry. Alright. With a sudden bit of, a sudden hit of nostalgia, you decide to go back and try to get something that you may have forgotten. What do you look for in particular? Since this is your Adventurers Guild, or your prior Adventurers Guild, you can think of a few trinkets or such that you may have some attachments to in character.
Roll the trinket table.
Or choose anything from the trinkets table. Either is fine.
Well, yeah, but it'd be more interesting to find a dead pixie in a glass jar, just randomly in a building.
That's true. Alright. You try to look through the long abandoned room of your prior owner. He'd actually gone on a expedition about 3 weeks ago and failed to return. It's a main reason of why this guild is actually shutting down. You find that most of his stuff has been cleared out by some of his other friends, his relatives. You do find some broken strings lying under his dresser. As well as a small mirror in one of the dresser drawers. It doesn't seem to be very well made, however it does have his initials inscribed on the backside. Alright. You do precisely that. With that sentimental moment done, you decide to continue moving on and leave the Adventurers Guild Hall for possibly the last time. You head back out towards the direction you saw the kobold in, towards the western side of the town. Somewhat absent-mindedly wandering the streets. Rook, what are you doing now?
Can I do a perception check to see if I have any guards or anybody following me?
Sure. For a brief moment, you thought you saw a scaled tail, but it doesn't seem any guards are following you at the moment. I almost said on your tail. I refuse to stoop that low.
He's gonna go turn down an alley and stop for a second to catch his breath and then try to get his bearings where he's at.
Alright. Give me a history check. You've never been to this particular street before. It looked very nice when you were running past, but you're not exactly sure on which one it is. Give me a... We're gonna go with a perception check. Actually, no.
Oh, okay, good.
That's gonna be... Let's go with the survival check.
Survival, okay. Oh, son of a...
Oh, man. You can't really spot anything of landmark value at the moment. Neither can you see the stars to navigate because that's kind of silly, and it's also daytime.
Is there a way I can try to catch the scent of a nearby party member?
Give me another perception check. Alright. Sully, give me a perception check. Need help with that? No problem. Go to your character sheet, which should be in PC. And then your character sheet. God, there's a lot of characters in this game. Excellent. Ruck, you smell something familiar, though it's not exactly what you remember your party members' smell to be. It's definitely another kobold.
He's gonna get on all fours and follow that smell.
Sully, you smell about the same thing, except much weaker. You do smell that the kobold is somewhere in this general area of the city. You're around letter K. Kilo in NATO.
The phonetic alphabet.
Phonetic alphabet, hell yeah. It's half of my life right there.
Yeah. It's a good amount of mine.
Hell yeah. What do you do for a living?
I'm a security guard now.
Oh, nice.
Awesome, awesome.
Alright, Sully and Ruck, you continue pursuing the scent as it draws you onto main streets. Ruck, looking like a idiot. Okay, maybe not an idiot, but you know.
Feral?
Feral, yeah. He looks like he shouldn't be allowed in the city, as he
really shouldn't.
on the ground, sniffing quite obviously. Sully is much more reserved. Every once in a while, whistling a short tune. And I do apologize if I'm saying things wrong.
Rock really should not be on his own. You're correct.
No, not that. I'm sorry if I'm saying stuff for Sully that doesn't necessarily match what he'd be doing. I'm taking guesses here. But anyways,
Rock needs a handler.
yeah. All right. That's good to hear. Sully, you're the first to actually see him, as it's quite easy to pick out a very large-scale dog in a crowd. It's not really crowded this time of day. However, fast movement like that is easily visible. As you see a heavily armored red and black kobold, roughly 1 block down, on all fours, sniffing around with a large, I believe it's a war hammer on his back. Is it a great hammer? Or...
I have a battle axe and a warhammer, and
lots of metal on his back.
yes.
Looks like an adventurer. Alright, and you guys are back at the inn. You guys being Raku, Raku, Eric's, and Cobalt. What are you guys all doing at the inn?
I was thinking I could go out and try to look for our missing friend.
Yeah, I think I was thinking about that while I was at the tower.
Rokrok, give me a perception check.
Awesome. And it seems like some of my audio fixed.
Really? Awesome.
Yeah, for now. We'll see how long that lasts, but... Said perception.
So they give me a sleight of hand check. Rokrok, even though you've been almost animalistically, searching for this scent, you eventually see that it changes course at the very, very quickly. It changes course very, very quickly, indicating that it's very, very close. You look around, and at the last moment, you see a. Actually, well, I'll paste the description. Like that. Ignore the sitting by the wall of stone part.
Mm-hmm.
And the loot part. As this aforementioned kobold tosses a cloak over you, you choose to. What do you choose to do?
Dodge out of the way of the cloak.
As the cloak falls to the ground, the kobold underneath of it rolls on the cobblestone city streets, making quite a large clatter to get out of the way of the cloak.
Does he do the Dark Souls fat roll?
No. He's on all fours, so it's more of a...
Like a back scoot.
something like that, yeah. Anyways, you two are now face to face, figuratively. Rokrok, you are still on the ground on all fours.
He's gonna stand to his full height and look at him and say in Draconic, "What's your name?"
I'm gonna head over to that one seedy inn that was like right next to ours, and try to find kind of a shady person that I would know from my contacts, or that I would know to go to, and ask if there's been any strange occurrences in the city with a kobold.
All right. Let me figure out what check that is, and you can respond as you want to him, Rokrok.
Okay. Rokrok's just gonna smile wide, and say in Draconic, "I like you," and just pick him up by not necessarily like the scruff of his neck, but like pick him up that way.
Sully, do you choose to resist? And Raku, give me a... And I'm not sure. How about give me an investigation check?
That is my worst check. Stop having me do these.
Oh, well.
But what is it? I have
Good
criminal
score,
contact,
that-
so I should be able to roll again, or with
Yeah,
advantage.
go,
at least.
no, go ahead.
Amazing.
Wow. It doesn't seem that any of the contacts are in the bar at the time being.
The person I'm trying to talk to turns out isn't a contact, and the woman slaps me.
No, that was with advantage, so we were going with the 4.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Alright, Sully gets picked up by Rock, seemingly complacent with what's happening right now. But yes, it doesn't seem that any of your contacts are in this bar at this moment.
Okay.
There are some kind of awkward glances that you give to people who definitely aren't in the organization, and you feel you may have kind of scared them a little bit.
Okay. It's bingo night. Most of my people aren't here.
Yeah, it's like 5 o'clock on a weekday. All right. Sorry, I missed that thing you said last. Rock, what are you doing?
He's gonna pound on his chest, say, in Draconic, and look around and look back to Sully and say, "Do you know where others of," and just point between us, is.
Cole, what were you doing? Anything in the tavern? I think you said something, but I completely missed it, and I'm so sorry.
Well, I was gonna go out and search for them,
All right.
but Raku was like, Eric's was like, stay here and wait and see if he comes back. So now he's lonely, but he's gonna go out. He's gonna set his bat out. The batto, flying rations.
All right. What's the
Look.
range on the? I believe there's actually no. I don't believe there's an actual range for the familiar itself.
Nope. Hold on. There is a thing about I think there's a thing about like sharing senses. There's a range for that.
Oh yeah, there is actually a range for sharing senses. I believe that's 120 or 60 feet.
Hmm.
But you can.
Well, your familiar is within 100 feet of you. You can communicate telepathically. So I'm just gonna send him out to go do stuff, and then if it comes back, if he finds anything.
All right. I'll go ahead and roll perception for him.
Do you have the bat stats?
I can pull them up.
He's just got a +1, and he has advantage. If he has advantage on hearing checks, and he can speak. He can understand all languages that I know, so he'd be able to hear Draconic being spoken.
All right. You send your bat out. Rations.
Flying rations.
Flying rations. And Rook, feel free to respond whenever he types something out.
Okay. I was just waiting for a gap between you guys.
No problem. I kind of figured that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna look him up and down and go, he's gonna nod, to him, for him to find the other party members, and he's gonna look at him like, "I call you burnt corn."
Burnt corn.
Yep, because that's what he looks like to him.
Wow. Holy crap, your bat rolled well on perception, by the way. About 5 minutes after the bat leaves, it comes back, and it relays the information. It tells you someone, or Rook talking to someone else in Draconic, and the person responding in Draconic as well.
Okay. How far away did you say it was?
Around 100 feet is the actual range of the telepathy, but the bat heard it around 4 or 5 blocks to the east.
Alright, did it sound like Rock?
It definitely was Rock. The second voice was unfamiliar.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go help him, if he needs help.
Alright. With the bat's guidance, you head out towards the location where it heard them speaking. And it'll take around 2 or 3 minutes on foot.
Normally, or with the urchin speed double?
Well, it'd take about a minute.
Sweet.
If you're moving at a decent clip.
Already benefits.
As soon as you mention it, there's benefits.
Alright, I meet up with them, and I'm like, there you are, and I hug him.
Alright. And Sully, as you are being carried back into a different area of the city, so I believe that's what was happening, correct?
Do I see the one of my party members come towards me?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at him and then look at Sully and say, in Draconic, found new friend. His name is Burnt Corn.
And then he gets tackle hugged.
Yes, and then you would get tackled hugged.
Okay, I don't resist.
Strength check.
Would it be a saving throw?
No, this would be a strength check for Rock to stay upright.
Do I have to make a contested strength roll?
Nope, just him. As holding Sully standing up and being tackle hugged is too much at once. It's kind of unexpected to coming from all directions at one time, so you find yourself stumbling towards the ground. And Sully is typing something, so we'll wait one moment. Wonder what I'm gonna do for supper.
I'm gonna make stroganoff.
Tasty.
One sec.
All right.
Okay.
All of you pretty much stumble to the ground in a clanking, scaled mess.
I'm gonna say, hi Rock, hi Burnt Corn.
I believe Rock is gone for the moment.
No, I heard it. I'm just trying not to laugh. I'm gonna look to him and say, "Where have you been in Draconic?"
I said, looking for you. We were waiting at the tower, and then suddenly you were gone. Oh, and at this point, Flying Reactions is going to land at my hood, and rest there.
I'm gonna tell him I was following a stink that led to a smelly dwarf and bad bread.
Well, that sucks. Bread is good.
Not this bread. It was
Aw.
not food.
I'm gonna say that's a silly. I was born in the city though. My background says so. Oh, and for reference, Sully, Cobalt is very small. He's 2 feet tall, which is short even by Cobalt standards. He's also 6 years old, if that tells you anything about his personality.
The kobolds are adult at what, age 2, wasn't it?
6.
6. So.
I'm an adult, he says, puffing his chest out.
So Riku and Eric's, what are you doing at this time?
I was trying to find him. Were we close enough to hear the scuffle? Yeah, Eric sent his owls out a while ago.
Close. You'd be close enough to see Cobalt scamper out of the what is it, the 3 old kegs down the street.
Alright, well I followed behind him.
You basically see this whole thing happen. As there's now 3 kobolds getting up from the ground.
I kind of shake my head a bit and I pull my hood down and I look at them.
And Eric's, you would also be able to come this way as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he probably would have followed, but I was at the other end.
I was very unsure of whether you meant you would summon your owls or not. The emote at the end kind of made me unsure. The angry face. But yes, you are all together at the moment.
I'm gonna slap Cobalt on the back when he says, I'm an adult, and I'm gonna say, you're a lad. In Draconic.
That doesn't necessarily mean not adult. Right?
I just shake his head.
Stop shaking my head. Fine with me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why he has the armor to compensate. Or wait, who was the younger one? Was it Cobalt or Rock?
It's not Rock.
Oh, okay, never mind. I don't say that.
I think I may be the oldest.
Wait, what happened? Yes, Cobalt is super scrawny.
Okay, I forgot.
And very small. Cobalt's gonna look at Rock and say, he's not that scrawny, he's pretty strong.
I'm gonna pound my chest. I strong.
Alright, sounds like you're paying. Let's go.
He's gonna say, he's gonna like turn to Rock and say, is there bad meat?
Only in best kind.
And I guess we're gonna go back to the inn.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
You all start to head to the inn. It's not a very it's not a very long walk, so you are able to make it there in a fairly short time.
I just kind of look over to him, not knowing him, so I was just like, oh, alright, whatever you say.
Rock's gonna introduce burnt corn to the rest of the party.
Yay!
Kind of just like look to the side and purse my lips, and I'm just like, alright then. Good name. Because I think that's his name.
Of course, I think it's his name too.
All right. Does anyone mind if we would take a little break right here instead of doing the full tavern night? Actually, go ahead and level up right now. Because by the time you'll actually have to do anything that's intensive on your class and, you know, what is actually written down there, it'll be after this long rest.
Okay.
Alright, so you are just entering the inn and getting settled down for the afternoon. As your sleep schedule had been messed up a decent amount.
Our night.
Yeah.
Alright, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us so far. We will be continuing. We're going to take a 15-minute break or so. And we will be leveling up as well during this time. So thanks for joining, and we'll be right back.
How do I
Alright, cool.
up the level?
Not exactly sure how to do it in this, but it should be decently easy.
Apparently, if you go to the library and like click the classes, you just drag the class to your character page.
Okay.
Yeah. Because on mine it says improved action points. Is it we can do the improved action points or choose a feat, right?
Yes, one or the other.
Okay, I'm just going to do improved attributes, and
Wait.
it's either like 2 and 1 stat or 1 and 2 stats, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I was about to say, but you're only level 6, and I'm like, oh wait, he's a fighter.
Yeah.
After level 4, you get one every other level.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Fighter is just self-improvement taken to the max.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a fighter rogue makes a really, really good combo. Like if you could level both of them up at the same rate, it would be ridiculous.
Yeah, but you can only do like one or the other. I was thinking about doing a fighter berserker.
Dova.
Barbarian, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good too.
You just said my name, Riku?
Yeah, I did. Would it be okay if I changed one of my proficiencies, because I'm still kind of tailoring the character?
Sure. What was the proficiency you want to change?
I'm gonna change intimidation to investigation.
That'd make a lot more sense.
Yep. And oh, I just have to click it twice. That makes more sense. Because now I'm gonna get from 0 to +6. The devil proficiency bonuses are great.
Wait, what class are you?
Rogue.
Yeah, expertise is amazing.
Now, can I do double expertise?
You cannot.
But yes, in a lot of times I'll say yes if you want to change your proficiency to better match your actual character backstory. If you want to change it specifically to fill a hole in your skills, but if it's specifically for stat reasons, then I will probably not allow it.
Yeah, but it seems that I've...
Oh yeah, I can.
It's something that I've been using a lot more, so...
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just did stat increase, so that's gonna work out better for Rock than it would any feat right now.
Yeah.
Sully, the inn that they're staying at is a very
It's kind of seedy. I don't really think there's shows.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
It's like midline.
You talk to the tavern keeper, and he says that he can pull some strings with the bar next door to get some proper meals sent over. If you do some on and off shows for the next week.
I'll be back, real guys. I gotta do trash real quick, so I'm just gonna go AFK.
That's fine.
Gonna
We're
grab
taking a
something
break
to
now.
do. Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm still here, just for a quick sec to answer your question. All right. So, the actual terms of the agreement is that whenever you're in the tavern, you'd be playing when you're not sleeping, and you'll get some proper meat, some proper sides and drinks. This place is known very well for its ale, for its wine, for its drinks. The only real food they have available is a very dark and nutty bread. And some peanuts, I believe. All right. And with that, I'm going to go get some food.
Alright, I'm back. You can feel it. Yeah, you can just kind of taste it. How long are, like, the videos? Oh, let's find out. His videos go all the way back to October 1st of 2016. Yeah. Let's see. I'll send you a link to the video I'm on right now. You know, we do it through Facebook or.
Name's Gold, and I'm gonna be the best trainer in the land, and be the greatest master ever to take a Pokeball in hand, yeah! But there's this kid named Silver who is always getting in my way. We got our first Pokemon on the same fateful day. He lies and cheats and steals and all the stuff I don't have the guts to do. I'm filled with this resentful feeling, and so we have to fight our Pokemon. Let's get it on, and we'll see who is the better trainer, and we'll see who has the bigger Pokeballs. You are my greatest rival, so we'll fight, and see who falls. Yeah! He's always getting all the chicks while I'm out fighting for justice. He may be the coolest kid around, but he'll never know what love or trust is. He's never worked for anything. I hate that stupid, lazy, spoiled SOB. Secretly I wanna be just like him, but I can't, so now we fight our Pokemon. Give me your best shot, and we'll see who is the better trainer, and we'll see who has the bigger Pokeballs. You are my greatest rival, so we'll fight, and see who falls. Yeah, Pokeballs. We're about your Pokeballs. Let's get it on. I choose you.
I hear bowl.
Well then. Oh, I am so sorry about that.
It's fine.
You back now, Dova?
I'm finally back, yes. I had to deal with a call about some tuition stuff.
Alright. Well, everybody, as you can probably tell, we are back. Thank you for sticking with us. We'll continue now.
Awesome.
Okay.
So, you guys have just entered the tavern, I believe. Is everyone actually here?
I'm here.
I'm here.
Excellent. And I see Sully is typing. Alright, I believe that is everybody. Yes, go ahead and roll performance on that, Sully.
Are we continuing?
Yes, we are.
Okay. No more AFK.
I get you, Sully. Very nice. The day's events are still kind of weighing down on you, but you're still able to bring out a very nice performance. It's a very sleepy tavern, so you're able to really keep that mood with some nice slow ditties with your... you're playing a lute, correct? Alright. The tavern goers are very grizzled looking people. They seem to be, from what you can tell, perhaps old retired adventurers or adventurers who are still performing. What is everybody else doing?
I'm sitting at the table eating and drinking.
Alright. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
I would love to.
Yeah, I'm down for some dice too.
This is mainly just for Rock.
I was responding to
is the
Eric.
food on your plate smells disgusting.
To other people? Yes, it is.
No. To you.
Oh. No. I think it's delicious, especially after the, bakery incident.
I don't think you understand. This is that same smell.
Oh, it's the same smell. I'm gonna sniff around the table.
It seems all of the food on the table, including that of your friends. Actually, really, your friends are the only people who have food at the moment.
Hmm.
Everybody else, you don't really notice the same smell.
I'm gonna pull
Delicious.
out.
The bread is very well done. There's that slight hint of nuttiness, very light and airy.
Can I smell my drink?
It smells like piss.
So no different than normal beer.
You remember it smelling different before. When you stayed here before, it had this nice hoppy aroma. Very thick, very dark beer.
I'm gonna frown at it and pull a ration out of my bag and sniff that.
It smells rotten.
I'm gonna shove the ration into whoever's on the left of me and say,
I call
smell.
Kobold. I call Kobold. So what happens?
Smells kind of fine. Just a bit stale, perhaps. There's a little bit of fuzzy blue mold on the cheese. But otherwise, it seems to be fine. It's that nice, light, perhaps a bit of fruity aroma from the dried fruit.
I eat it. Oh wait, I lick it. I taste it.
Tastes just fine. For
I'm
a
gonna-
ration.
I'm gonna say to him, it smells rotten. Like bad rotten, not good rotten in Draconic.
I say it smells fine to me. If you want, I could try this, and I'm gonna use prestidigitation to make it smell better. I just smell like blueberries. How about that?
That sounds good to me. I sniff it.
It doesn't seem to have an effect, Ruck.
I grimace and just chuck it on the table. And get up and walk. We have a room in this place, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna walk to my room, just like angry.
Ruck, you feel a very faint tingling sensation on the finger where you put that ring.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I'm gonna touch the ring.
I was gonna ask him about it.
It feels warm. Warmer than your body temperature.
I'm gonna hold it up to my face as I walk to my room.
Alright. Your face feels warm as you hold your hand up to it. It's a pleasant warm sensation, but that tingling is... it's somewhat unpleasant.
Like painful, unpleasant, or just like uncomfortable?
It keeps its presence known. But it's not like you couldn't sleep through it.
Okay.
It's irritating.
He slept through worse.
Sully, this would be in the same tavern. However, this tavern doesn't really sell proper food. You're getting your food shipped in from the other tavern across the street. The tavern across the street is a very seedy place. It does not offer very good rooming, but it has decent food and drink. And what were you saying, Rook?
I said I've been through worse, so he's just gonna lay in bed and just kind of play with the ring on his finger.
Alright. You feel very hungry.
He's very irritable. He don't
All
like
right.
to be hungry.
All right. Eric's. When you tasted your bread before, it tasted just fine. Oh, sorry. That was something else. But yes, your meal, including the drink that it came with, is delicious.
Yeah, I go with Eric's, and I want to play some dice as well.
All right. I don't exactly remember any good sorry. I don't remember any good dice games to play on this.
I know Swindlestones.
Do you?
Yeah,
You can teach us then.
right now.
I mean, do you know it out of character?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, you need 4d4s, but they have to stay on the. I have to stay on the board. I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah. I'd say we'd just go along and say that you all did play them.
Okay.
Since that might be a bit much trouble, especially since we're not in the same room.
The D&D, the DM might have some ability to make diet persist. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, that's.
Sure.
I was just like comparative rolls, just like call high or low or whatever.
Go with that. Alright, so whoever is playing, which would be Raku, Cobalt, Eric's, and Sully, are you going to play? Alright. You take a brief intermission from your performance to play a brief game of dice with the three other kobolds. Everybody who's playing... Since it is a... Oh, really?
Yeah,
Alright.
that's the point of gambling.
I'm going to roll a few dice and figure out who comes to the table.
I'll actually play, and if it helps with rolling, Swindlestones is like it's kind of like it's kind of like poker. So it would be a deception roll and insight checks.
Okay. Sully, give me a perception check.
Or we can go to that other bar. There's another playing dice there. Being a criminal, I've played there before. I'm proficient in dice as well. Not sure how that works.
You know how to play dice games.
It'll definitely help.
My character does, I don't.
I said persuasion, not perception.
No, you said perception.
Did I say perception? I meant persuasion.
Yeah. I was like, perception? Is he trying to find someone?
No. I was thinking getting people into the game itself. Sorry about that. Alright. You managed to get 2 people from the 3 old kegs. Yeah, the 3 old kegs in. A somewhat thin and lanky half-orc, and a red-haired human. Human male, about average height. Give me a deception roll from all of you.
Including me or no?
Not including you.
Okay.
For, what's the roll for?
To play the game itself. Since it is kind of based on deception.
All right. Does my proficiency do anything?
Yes, you would get. Do you have proficiency in deception?
I have double proficiency in deception.
And your proficiency in the dice games, which. Oh lord.
So add another proficiency to that.
Technically, yeah.
All right. So add 3 to whatever this is.
Oh.
Holy crap!
Well,
Holy crap!
why are you so good at deceiving?
You have
cleaned out the
taken
venue.
control of the board, Raku. You know exactly what's going to happen 3 rounds before it actually happens. In this first game, with these first 2 people, you managed to get, say, 11 gold out of their pocket apiece.
All right.
Which manages to 22 to yourself. And they somewhat angrily just get up and leave. Almost at the same time, like one after the other.
Wait, hold on. How much did I get then?
22 total.
22 total. Okay.
This game would be really fun to actually play.
Hey Dova, I found some info, some suggestions for actual dice games that we might be able to pull off. Just an idea.
I like Swindle Stones though. At least now we have a what's it called? An ability score to roll for it.
We'll probably just keep it simple so we're not here for too long.
Yeah.
I like how this is going.
Ooh, Dice Race looks good.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. Ooh, that's interesting.
So you might want to hold on to that. That's going to be helpful for us. I mean, I'm confident with myself, but I'd just rather take it easy for right now, till morning or next nighttime.
Roko, give me a perception check.
I would love to.
Jesus.
How about that?
You can see through time.
With your kobold, I see everything.
Bye, Brad. What do you see with your
With these special eyes.
You hear the rumbling of a stomach. It's distinctly not yours. But yeah. I do have a decent game lined up if we actually want to do the dice games in character. And I would have something for you to do during that time as well, Robe.
Okay. Did you send me something?
I did not.
Okay. My thing is being weird. I can hear you, but it's... I don't know. It's hard to explain. You're good for now.
And thank you for this link, Erix. It is pretty good. And Cobalt is still AFK. So yes, everybody rolls a d6. The object is to get the 20 first. If there's a house, they get a +1 to all rolls. The highest roll in each round also gets a +1. If the house wins, if the house gets to 20 first, then it keeps the winnings. Whoever finishes before the house gets the winnings as well.
So for me, would I be able to just get like +3, 1 for each proficiency, so it's not too unfair?
Yeah. Or, well, it's not going to be +3 to your dice rolls. This is the actual game itself. However, if you want to cheat, we could surely arrange something with a rolling sleight of hand or such.
Alright, yeah, because I have double proficiency in sleight of hand and proficiency in dice.
I figure you could work something out if you really tried. But you'd be risking quite a bit.
I'm back.
Alright.
Wait, were you
You
waiting
give
for
a-
me or something?
Not really.
Okay.
Just reading over these rules. So, everybody wants to be to 20 first, rolling d6s one at a time.
Alright.
The house gets a +1 to all rolls, and the highest in each round gets a +1 to the roll. And there does not have to be a house. But if there is a house, whoever finishes before the house splits the pot. If the house wins first, they take the whole pot for the next round. Next, you're not. But yes.
Okay.
Alright. So, Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, are you going to play this in the same tavern, or are you going to go across the street?
I am going to go across the street.
I mean, the deal you have is for this tavern. Oh, wait, no, never mind.
That is Sully.
Wrong person.
He's not too interested in the game right now.
Okay. I actually had something else planned for you, Rock. Since your character is kind of in his room.
Yeah, kind of what Zim said. Like, it'd be fun to come and do this. Like, actually play the dice game. It'd be fun to progress.
Okay.
What did I see with my perception check?
You heard the growling of a stomach that's distinctly not yours.
Ah, okay. I didn't
Sweet.
hear that part.
Sorry about that.
Quick question: who's rooming with who? Or like that night? I don't know.
Be,
I don't know
be
where we are.
seriously,
Right.
does anybody want to be Rock's roommate at this point?
Cobalt probably wouldn't care. Was there be a reason not to?
No, it's just... Well...
He's super irritable right now.
yeah. He's not fun to be around.
Cobalt is super passive and oblivious. So, puzzle pieces.
Sully will be his keeper.
Yeah, better him than Cobalt.
That's fine. Rock likes burnt corn, so.
Sorry for gaps where I'm not saying anything. I'm trying to shovel some leftovers down my throat.
That's fine.
Someone still needs to make a barbarian character.
Barbarian is the best class.
With his mighty axe.
Shredding axe.
So axes and
Fun.
guitar, or
Yes, both.
he has one of those. Oh man, that would actually be a triple class because there's a guitar style, or I guess just a model. It's awful. It's called the Warlock, and it's one of those really weird, jagged-looking ones.
Yeah.
He uses a minor illusion to make it sound like it's distorted and coming through an amp.
That's a wicked looking guitar.
A Warlock. The BC.
Are you looking for
Yeah.
Are you looking for action guitars?
No. The Warlock. It's the name of a guitar style. Of a guitar model.
Yeah, BC Rich Warlock. It's not great.
I think it looks cool though.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
The Flying V is where it's at.
Flying V's are pretty sweet. I like semi-hollows though.
Oh yeah. Alright. So you all settle down for the evening, trying to get your schedules normalized, quotation marks. Nothing seems to really happen during the night. Ruck, you awake very hungry. Although not enough to actually get a point of fatigue.
Well, that's good to know. Didn't you say I was walking, like, outside?
Don't believe I did.
Nope, okay.
Might have been something else.
Maybe. He's gonna go wander outside and see if he can find something to eat that's not horrible.
Alright. Eric, you are heading down to get some breakfast.
I followed down with him.
And currently it is about midnight.
Alright.
There's no actual bartender at the moment, but there is a platter of bread, which the innkeeper has thoughtfully left out just for you.
Aw.
I'm gonna go grab one and lick it.
Okay. You smell that same rancid stench as before.
Mm. He's gonna lick to see if it tastes like how it smells.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Mm.
Mm.
11?
Mm-hmm.
It's about as bad as it smells.
He's just gonna chuck it as hard as he can across the room.
Who else
I
can
would-
catch it with Mage Hand?
Give me a dexterity check.
Me?
Actually, no, that would be a
Arcana.
Intelligence check?
whatever. Yeah, the spell check.
Yeah,
Spell
and
ability. Yeah.
add +3 because I'm proficient. So 13.
I turn over immediately and look at him annoyed because he
You
threw a piece of
misjudged the
bread.
sorry.
Yeah.
You misjudge the distance slightly, and accidentally knock it further into the air. However, you are able to catch it on the second bounce.
That's fine. That's better than I expected. I'm gonna make it taste like cake and eat it.
All right.
He's gonna-
use. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You use prestidigitation to make it taste like cake. It tastes like cake, but the texture is very off.
Seriously, I can buy you boxes of them online.
I know.
Would you want that?
Probably wouldn't.
Rock's gonna make a very disgusted look, even for him, at that.
I look at him, and then I go, "Why the hell you throwing bread around?"
He's gonna glare at him in Draconic, say, everything bad. Everything tastes rotten.
When did that start happening?
When did that start happening?
Yesterday.
Yet,
About when you left the High House of Wonders.
yesterday, after leaving that house.
Does it have something to do with the ring? Because it's had something to do with food.
I was about to say, Dova, I'm just gonna take off the ring and say, isn't it because of this?
Oh wait, who's wearing the ring?
Rock is wearing the ring.
Yeah.
I am wearing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, like, swiftly take it off without him noticing.
Or maybe I should be the one doing that.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Yes. Where's my thing? There it is. Dang.
It does
I got
come off.
+5, too.
It seems to be stuck on there pretty good, so you just decide to stop in the middle of your attempt.
Like, magically stuck on, or physically stuck on?
It just seems to be stuck, as far as you can tell.
I look over and I say, let me try.
That sucker's stuck on there good.
I kind of scoff at it.
Can I try pulling it off?
Yeah.
What do I have to make? Just,
You could go strength if you really wanted to.
yeah.
Roll a strength check.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ruck the fingerless.
I knew that was gonna happen.
I did too.
You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you dislocate your middle finger. The ring is still on there.
Can I
And
relocate my finger?
Yeah, and it's roll a medicine check. And a strange sense that you probably should have been able to pull your finger off right there. But you managed to set it back in its normal place.
I don't make a face of it at it. Like dislocating my fingers like nothing.
I'm gonna look through my spellbook. I'm gonna flip through the pages of my spellbook and say, I guess I didn't take remove curse.
Well, we just. Oh yeah, you're what class are you? Wizard?
Yes.
Okay.
Rock's gonna point at the rings like, in Draconic, say, you think shiny round make food bad?
Cobalt nods and says, obviously. 'Cause,
Why the heck?
I can just sense that there are many bad magics from it.
With a heavy sigh, Rock's slowly gonna pull out his battle axe.
Wait, no. Cobalt's gonna say, if you damage your hand too much, you won't be able to use your battle axe.
He's gonna look at his hand. It's on left hand. It's fine, and he's gonna raise the axe up.
I grab the baguette from my quiver and I just kind of nom on it while I'm watching.
I'm gonna shrink the axe. Oh yeah, Sully does the thing. Sully says that. Words.
He's just gonna look at Sully and look at his finger and then look at Sully and then look at the axe like he's still thinking, I'm willing to take that risk.
Cobalt snaps his book shut and says, well, I'm pretty sure there's a good chance that I'll be able to find the remove curse spell somewhere in the city.
He's gonna lower his battle axe and say, fine, but if not, I'll be down a digit.
Hey, Dova.
Yeah?
Have I been here long enough to know approximately where they would sell, possibly sell magic spells?
Not at this time of day, no.
Do you? Are you? Oh no, I'm just saying.
Are there any wizards that are not super fucking overpowered and specifically made to prevent people from looking into their spell books? You know what I'm talking about, Dova.
Usually, a entrepreneuring wizard will keep his business sort of secret until he can defend himself very well.
Are you
So
gonna?
it isn't exactly your expertise, but you do know where some magic shops are. There's one very well known in the very well known one, other than the House of Wonders the House of Wonders in the upper city.
Mm-hmm.
There's whisperings of a very good quality shop in the lower city, and one in Little Kalimshat, which is on the outside of the city.
Okay. I say we pick one and stake it out. See how many magical defenses it might have. Because literally I just need to look at the page. And of course have the time and money to describe it. Speaking of which, allow me to check
So is he?
that while
Are we
keep
talking about this amongst the group?
Yeah, I am at least.
I can put out some feelers to see if there's kind of any underground arcanists that might be able to help. They might be kind of shady.
I mean, go ahead. I was thinking that it'd be much cheaper if we were to potentially sneak inside a magic shop, and simply steal the knowledge, as that was one aspect that Cobalt was based off of. However, it seems it proves to be very difficult, and is countered by many magical means all at once. It seems.
If you can find magical traps, then yeah.
I can detect magic.
Okay. And Sully, he smelt, tasted, and drank a bunch of stuff, and there has been no difference with many different kind of things at this point. It's all smelt the same.
Yeah, smell and kind of taste the same. And Rock's not above eating raw meat, so for something so big gross for him, it's like super gross.
You see what Sully posted, Rock?
Huh?
You see what Sully posted, Rock?
Yeah, the pat's the head.
Oh, there's other things.
He's gonna look at him and say, "What do you mean without tasting?"
I don't think that's the thing that you can do.
Well, it depends.
Alright, so to copy a third level spell on my spellbook, it would take 6 hours and 100 gold, 100 pieces. But remove curse is a very good spell to have. For obvious reasons.
Well, he's not at the point that he's
Dying.
starving. Yeah, he's just hungry.
I'm gonna shake my head violently no. Like, I've tried something close to that. It's just, nope. Mm-mm.
I forgot to add the level.
Damn cool.
I'm sorry.
I want to walk over to that bowl of bread and see how I feel about it. If it's any good or not.
I believe it was just one loaf that got knocked down.
Yeah,
No,
it was
no,
whatever
I wanna-
loaf he picked up.
No, I want to
Oh,
go
no,
to that bowl of bread and see if it's any good at all. Like if it's tasty or not.
Seems to smell just fine.
I was about to say, is investigation check
How
necessary?
does
You
it
can
hold
just
up to
know
my
it.
excellent baguettes, though?
How does it hold up to your baguettes? Hmm.
Contested deliciousness check.
Yeah,
Give me an investigation check.
I just did.
Oh. Now I've got to figure out which is better.
Let's see, fancy French baguette or free bread that they gave to a bunch of kobolds?
Well, the baguette is quite definitely a higher quality. However, it is a much lighter taste. The bread here has a much more darker, more sophisticated taste. It is slightly stale for standing out for a good while, though.
I'll take 2 pieces and I'll throw them in a different compartment of my quiver.
Alright.
Thanos.
Unable to create window with data source. See if I can just look it up. Oh. Oh, so can you just enchant the arrows that I have? So do you enchant the quiver, or that's what I'm wondering. Do you have to enchant them separately? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I have a normal quiver, also along with my magic one, so I can just enchant that quiver. I know, but I don't want my bread on fire either.
I'm sure we could arrange that the bread doesn't catch on fire.
Okay.
Although I think that would be very comical.
Get a little toast on it.
Yeah, it's just toast. Stick a stick of butter in there, then you'll be fine.
How much does butter cost?
Had a look.
Nova?
There's a price sheet for it.
Yeah, like, I'm not too concerned of it right now. We can continue, but...
Okay.
Just questions.
Gotcha. So Sully said, let's try not to make too much of a mess now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Alright. So what is everybody doing? Other than plotting?
Why is my speed 35 all of a sudden? What?
Rock just wants this ring off his finger now.
Oh, that's HP. I'm dumb.
Oh, okay, cool.
Let's go look at some magic shops. Cobalt starts walking.
Yeah,
I follow.
Yeah, we go with them too.
Well, Sully is... Well, it's currently midnight, so I don't know how many opportunities we'll get for that. Sully wants to try and make money, but it's midnight. I'm gonna look for a magic shop to see if I can find the remove curse spell.
Alright.
Yeah, the flame arrow spell is really good, because it just... You enchant the quiver and ammunition drawn from it does extra damage.
I will be back in a little bit. You keep doing stuff.
Alright. And Raku, you said you were going to send out some You're going to find some things?
I was going to send out some feelers saying that we were looking for sorcerers or just magic users that could remove curses.
Alright. You managed to find one of your contacts. And actually, Zentarium has a good amount of people on the streets who are able to relay messages. You
cool.
find him and relay the message that you're looking for equipment like this. Usually requests like this get back in a day or so.
Yeah.
So we're splitting the party.
Sounds good.
Always a good way to go.
D&D 101, split the party.
Hell yeah. How late we plan on going tonight? It's more of a question for Eric's than anybody else. Alright. I could probably go until 9 or so by your time. I got class tomorrow.
Don't know what time difference that is here. I got 10:25.
8 right now.
It's about
8:30.
30 minutes from now.
Okay, 30 more minutes. Okay, that's not too bad.
I can do 30 more minutes, I think. Sully and Eric's typing. Alright, so you head out to find the Zentarum contact in the city. Let's see if I can get something for that actual work here in a sec. Ruck, what are you doing?
I am following behind wherever gets this damn ring off his finger. Because he wants to eat. He don't care. He will eat trash at this point.
So you're going to go along with Eric's and I believe Sully?
Yes.
I mean, I just got word that, so you're saying the contact was Zentharum and he was just telling me about that?
Well, you told the Zentarum that you're looking for these things.
Okay, so I guess then we're all together right now if Eric's wants to go to Zentarum.
Yeah.
Alright,
yeah, so a more detailed sort of
then I
list will be given to you in about an hour, a day.
Okay. If we're dealing with the curse right now, we probably shouldn't split up. Especially, even if it's not that bad that we know of so far. So let's try to get some free work instead of trying to break in somewhere first, so we can go with Eric's. No?
Sorry,
I'm like I said, Rock's anywhere. For like someone says, "Oh, you can remove this link," he going that way.
Okay, yeah, we're all just gonna go together with Eric's to the Zentarum.
All right. I believe Cobalt was going to go along as well. We'll just have him going along for now.
Yeah.
Trying to think of something for Zentarum work, actually.
Yeah, I know. Oh, okay.
Alright, you eventually go to a Zentarum sort of safe house. It's not really a safe house, but it's a way that you can contact them directly. And ooh, I've got some. So they are offering you a job. It will be to assist with a local. I'm trying to think of the word. I can't think of it. A local museum owner. It's a fairly niche museum dealing with the history of Baldur's Gate itself. Sort of near the counting house. And the counting house is it's a large sort of money lending service, almost like a bank, but more dealing in items of value instead of gold itself. But they're offering you a job with them to secure some items of the some documents detailing the first 5 dynasties of the city's history from within the catacombs below the palace, the High Hall. The High Hall is on board with this, but they do need some muscle and actually getting in there, as a lot of the gaps are much too large for any humans to fit through, and pretty much all the halflings have denied this job as it's too much of a dirty process for them.
All right, I'm down with it. What sort of compensation is for the job? What was it?
100 gold for everyone. So split 100 gold total. Split amongst yourselves.
So I kind of cheekily look over at everyone and him at the same time and go, "Listen to that, 100 each."
No. 100 total.
100 total seems a little low if nobody wants to do this.
Give me a persuasion roll. Fine. 110.
Hold on, let me see.
Well, you definitely could when you find them, Sully.
I need an obscure kingdom. Or
give me a history check.
No, it's let me see real quick.
I was about to give you one.
Oh, okay. This is just me thinking to myself. I'm not talking to him.
So what's happening?
That's great.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing comes to mind at the moment, Riku.
Oh.
Are we all together for this?
Oh, that sounds like a great place. I was just looking at the map, and so I guess since I didn't think of anything that makes whatever I was thinking of go away. Man, can we visit the meth wood at some point? The meth wood.
I'm liking that.
Oh, so much meth.
It's literally the wood.
The wood is made of meth?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What'd I miss?
Well, I can arrange for the spell to be cast. I can get someone in from over in the high district, the upper city. But I still can't. I can't give you the 100 gold as well. I give you maybe 30 gold.
Doesn't really seem like this project is that important to you. Because we would love to do this, but we need all of our muscle. And once we have that, 30 is nothing to go under there that nobody wants to go to.
Could you give me another persuasion check?
Let me see. Eric's chimes in with that.
Alright. Definitely help.
To see what Eric's... Oh, is he's trying to help me?
Yeah. So go ahead and roll persuasion. It's not necessarily advantage, but it'll help.
I just want to look at him. It's like we're just trying to get a little bit more money here. We've already been assigned to go on a quest for what was it, the halfling who was in Ratham's that one tower now?
You weren't really assigned any tasks by...
No, I'm trying to deception.
Oh! Damn it. Roll deception.
Oh,
because I was still...
I was trying to go on a whole thing. I was trying to be more descriptive, but...
Okay.
There we go.
Seems that he believes you with that.
So if we're going to be doing this, it has to be worth our while. Until then, we kind of have to get on our way.
He seems to think for a long while. He turns to one of the guys next to him who's sitting on a chair and smoking a pipe. Let me grab a name.
And deception is so much fun.
No, I'm grabbing one of my names. He
Thornton.
turns over to the guy and says, "Do we still have that favor on Wissam Barn?" The guy looks over, he says, "Huh? The guy with the red hair. Big staff, red hair? Oh. Yeah, I think we have a favor on him still." He looks over at you all and he says, 100 gold for the all of you. And we get that mage in to cast the spell.
I'll look back at the other people, or the other members of the party to see if they nod or whatnot.
As soon as he hears Eric say deal,
Eric.
Oh,
nods.
Dang it.
Alright.
I was gonna see if we could possibly get the spell in my spell book, but
Yeah. Alright, so I turned him and was like, alright, well, the quicker we have the services of this magician, the quicker we can get started here.
Well, you could have at least asked. Who knows what Dova was gonna do? Yes.
Whatever. We're...
Dova, Andrew says you're a smart bird.
Who?
Andrew.
What?
He used to play with us.
I remember Andrew.
He said he remembers Andrew.
He said he doesn't?
He does. Sorry, continue.
The agent in the house says that the maid should be here sometime noon tomorrow.
Is
Alright.
he even gonna survive till then?
I asked if they possibly have any lodging till then.
We've got some hammocks in the basement.
I have Leon's tiny hut.
Yeah. Anyone else can chime in here now.
Rock doesn't really care. He's playing with the ring.
You have
Oh, by the way,
we
now
can
that
find
you've
any
attempted-
odorless food.
Now that you've attempted to move the ring,
Mm-hmm.
you feel a faint stinging. where it's actually sitting on your finger. Like very fine teeth have dug into it.
Hmm. I'm gonna lift the ring up a little bit to see if I can peer under it.
It's very, very well fit to your hand. Considering you remember it being slightly loose before.
Surprised this happened now and not earlier. We were
Yeah.
using the triad to take it off. Order of the triad.
He's just gonna sigh heavily.
Alright.
I just saw that.
You want to know what song just came on my playlist?
But
The Minas Tirith sort of theme from Legend or
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Zelda.
Fuck hell.
We have to go to a mountain now.
You have to throw him in Mount Doom.
You have to go to Mountain Meth.
Deep in the meth forest.
Rock's gonna start humming the tune to Misty Mountain.
Can we go to Big Rock Candy Mountain?
Oh, hell yeah.
Probably shouldn't whistle into a mic.
Sully, no.
So what are we doing?
I don't know at this point.
Yeah.
I'm
You
waiting.
asked
on you
for
guys to-
some odorless food, I believe.
Yeah.
I think we have a sack of oats in the basement.
We can try that.
Rock's just gonna walk straight to the basement.
Alright.
I'll follow behind him.
Alright, you go behind him. Inside the basement, it is lots of cobwebs. You see the hammocks in the back. There's around 8 of them just strung up between the bars down here. There is one guy sleeping in one near the back.
Is there a... I'm gonna go towards the sack of oats and just shove my face in it.
Hey,
Yep.
guess what it smells like?
That familiar...
I was expecting him to say, "Make a Constitution saving throw."
I was waiting for it. It's like that wonderful smell all day that he's been having.
I jump in one of the hammocks and I just watch the show play out.
Alright. You clamber into a hammock. It's kind of strange dealing with hammocks, since you haven't really slept in one that often.
I see him freaking out over the smell, and I just kind of offhand just go, "Hey, why don't you stick your hand in it and feed the ring?"
That's gonna... He's gonna shove his hand in.
Hand feels actually kind of nice. The oats are decently cool, and the texture is kind of interesting on your scales.
Okay, he's gonna curl up with a bag of oats with his hand in it.
I'm gonna put on,
Alright.
I'm gonna put on my enchanted nightcap.
They can't hear me.
You're gonna put on your what?
My enchanted nightcap.
Ah.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
Cobalt underneath a hammock
Okay.
because it's too tall. It's too high up.
Is anybody else gonna do something special while you're waiting for the day to pass? As you just had a decently long sleep before, and you wouldn't be able to actually sleep for a good while now. But you can just spend the day doing light activities such as... Well, napping is one, I guess.
Eric says, any
Meditating,
books?
drawing, stuff like that.
While I'm gonna pull out one of the amulets of Agma that I have, And what's on the amulet itself?
The Amulet of Ogma. It is a pewter fist clenched around a scroll. The thread itself is going through a hole kind of behind the amulet itself. Actually, no, it wouldn't be. It would be a small loop inserted into one of the gaps between the fingers on the top.
And I'm assuming thieves' tools are like lockpicks and stuff?
Yes.
I'm gonna take those out and start kind of like playing around with an amulet and like engraving stuff onto it. Change it around.
Give me a dexterity check. I'd say without a proficiency, since this isn't really what thieves' tools are designed to do.
Alright.
Do you have experience in jewelry making as a backstory?
No.
Alright. That's pretty good.
But I also have sleight of hand, so I'm very dexterous with my hands.
And with that, you've managed to kind of, tool around with these amulets, trying to put various designs in them. They're not very good designs, but it feels nice to actually make them on your own.
Alright.
Erickson, I want to know if there are any books.
Looking around in this basement, you do find a very small bookshelf. On the bookshelf itself is an old tattered history textbook, as well as a few books of what seem to be erotic fiction of some sort.
Okay. Well, we're just going to pick one at random and read it, not knowing what the book is about.
Just has a big paw print in the front of it.
Also, he is still 6.
Lusty Argonian maid. Oh, that's great.
That's what happens, Dova.
I was like, one of them's gonna say lusty Argonian maid.
Of
Oh, you
course,
were gonna-
that's the
I'm
meme.
glad it wasn't me.
Oh. I think I actually read that book in Skyrim.
Good old
Haven't?
Rock's back.
All right.
What did I miss?
Well, Cobalt is reading erotic fiction. And that's about it.
Good sentence.
I'm trying to think of a title for it.
The Young and the Scaly.
Catty kobolds.
It's not all about kobolds. This is a.
That's why he
predominantly
grabbed it.
human
It got its
town.
attention.
That's true.
Scaly works for a human tone.
Ah, I've got it. The White Kobold and the Spear of the Dragon.
Oh.
There you go.
Jeez.
See what Sully posted for you?
Yes. I said, I found it with all the other books. I've never read a book like that before.
Are they down with us in the basement?
Yes.
Let me guess, Bard, you want to sing him about a tale?
Rock's just gonna go over. It's like he needs to learn at some age.
Yes, Eric, that's why I was so clever with my naming.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
What was it? Hello?
Because Eric's has been trying
Yep.
to figure this out, what the book is about.
Ah,
Sorry.
super clever, Eric's.
The history book is about. It seems to be from a college, and it is about the creation of the area around Baldur's Gate. And the area around is a decently large area, consisting from Baldur's Gate south to the Kalimshan, which is a desert about. Oh, I wish I had some scale.
Scales?
500 miles to the south, and all the way up north to Waterdeep, one of the other large cities on the Sword Coast. All right.
Okay, so this is the opportunity to actually mention something unique about Cobalt. When he's reading the book, he doesn't really read it. He kind of glances at each page, turns the page, and then keeps doing that until he's done with the book and puts it back. And then, like, he lays back and looks like he just thinks to himself.
All right. You have some very weird insights.
Interesting.
Very interesting, yes.
Come on, never read a book like this before.
Anyways.
I was about to say no one's curious as to what that means, but whatever,
Yeah.
Not important. Next.
Sally's writing something. One sec.
Cobalt is completely enamored with this amazing story. Enthralled. Enthralled is the word I was looking for.
Alright. You all spend the day just kind of milling around, telling stories. Ruck, at this time, you will be taking... Or you will have one level of fatigue, so you now take a disadvantage on all skill checks, ability checks, and saving throws.
Okay.
Yep.
So ability checks, saving, and what was the other one?
Well, basically any checks, saves, and I believe attacks.
Okay, so anything I roll, pretty much.
Disadvantage, yeah.
Okay.
Even the attacks too. Was that the case?
I think so. I'm not exactly sure on the fatigue rules. Let me look it up. Yes, the wizard is upstairs and arrived just now, actually. Cobalt, it is 8:30 in the morning.
So, I want to do something.
Ah.
Can you hear me?
One level of exhaustion is disadvantage on ability checks.
Oh, just
That's
ability checks?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So what were you saying, Cobalt?
I want... Okay, so I'm guessing I can hear the wizard walking down the stairs?
He would be staying upstairs. But you hear a voice of the contact calling down for you.
Oh, okay.
To come upstairs that the wizard is here.
When he does that, actually, never mind. It's not going to work. Continue.
Alright. God, I do not like this music. Okay, there we go.
I'm sorry, but this is way too funny. I'm losing it over here.
Sully is the treasure of this group.
I'll send it to Telegram.
Yes, the wizard, it seems, has arrived. He is a very tall human, about 6.5 feet tall. He's got very red hair with a short mustache. As well as he is wearing decently well kept robes. They're brown and green, and carrying a large staff, topped with a it seems to be slightly glowing pink stone, with a bit of wood wrapped around it. God damn it, Ray.
Oh no, I gotta see it.
That was too amazing. Sorry to derail this.
Completely derailed.
Rockrock's gonna walk over to the wizard, dragging the bag of oats with his hand in it.
Alright. The wizard looks over to you and he asks the contact, "Is this the one who needed the cursor removed?"
He's
Contact nods.
Rockrock's gonna pull his hand out and shove his hand in with the ring in his face, like, "You fix."
How tall are you?
I am 2 feet.
You can't
Like,
reach up to his
like-
face.
Like in his face area, like just up.
Okay.
Wait, you're 2 feet tall?
Yeah, 30 pounds and old. Older than you would think.
That's the same as Cobalt, just not the age.
Yeah, I think I'm only like 35 pounds, yeah. Anyway.
Sully,
He's compact.
you're sullying his young mind.
I didn't realize I wasn't the shortest. But I mean, obviously.
Anyways, he looks down at the ring on your finger. He looks at you and he says, "Are you sure that this is the cursed item?"
He's gonna look at the ring, look at his face, look at his ring, and say in comment, "I broke finger, won't come off. You fix."
You see him wave his hand over your hand, and you feel him sort of tug on an invisible force. He nods,
Does he open a
looks
spellbook
at
at
it
all?
carefully.
Mm.
What?
Does he open a spellbook at all?
Not at the moment, no.
Heck.
He retrieves a small spellbook from a loop on his robe, or on his belt. He opens it up to a specific page, reads it very, very carefully, and you can see him mouthing specific words in his mind. He closes the book and sets it on the table. He also leans the staff against the table.
While he's doing the spell stuff, can I try to sneak up behind him and glance at his
Points
book?
to you, seeing as you're the one who looks very mystical. And he says, "I will release the ring from his hand, however I can't grab it myself. You will need to be the one to do it. And I won't take it off without further payment if you get it back on your finger, so..." You ready?
Yes.
He nods,
Okay.
cracks his knuckles, and with a surprisingly quick motion, makes a quick incantation, puts his hand on either side of your outstretched hand, Rock, and you can feel electricity in the air, like a sudden tension suddenly being drawn on the fabric of existence itself. Rock, I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All day.
Nice. Both rolled well. You manage to stay standing as an intense pain rips through you. You feel like this thing has burrowed into your nervous system itself, as a blinding wave of burning agony jolts through you for a moment and then stops. You all feel that same tension in the air, that sort of static electricity. And he turns to you, Cobalt.
Yes.
Still silent, and he nods at you.
Pull the thing off.
The ring easily comes off. He drops his concentration on his incantation, and the pressure in the air drops. He takes a deep breath and exhales. I suppose you can keep the ring. I don't know why you would want to keep it, though.
Cobalt is going to sit cross-legged and ritual cast Identify.
Alright. Rook, the ring is now off your finger. You smell a faint, sort of earthy, grainy scent. It smells rather pleasant.
Can I take a whiff of the oats?
You're hungry enough that you might just start eating raw oats.
Oh, he will. He will bury himself in that bag.
Dives into the bag.
Yes.
How big,
Actually, he is.
I was about to say, how big is the bag?
This would be like a 5-pound sack.
Yeah?
Plenty of room in the sack. Jump in.
Oh, he already is. You don't even have to tell him twice. He is in that sack, and you just see a tail wobbing.
Can use your faint
Christ.
crunching.
Yeah.
There was a time when I thought you might be this party's conscience.
Dude,
Nice.
That
Now
time
you just have,
come and gone.
Who are you-
Delvin, now you just have to
who are you talking about? Rock?
Sully.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Delvin,
What's so bad? What's bad about what he's saying?
I just gotta trust Cobalt to make the smart decisions.
Oh, that last thing. Jeez.
You just hear much.
Alright. It is 9 o'clock. I do have some stuff to do before I get to bed. As the curse has finally been lifted, I think that's a decent spot to stop for now.
Was Cobalt able to ask about getting the spell from him?
Ah.
Or does he want to?
If you want to, then
Yes, I do want to ask.
we'll allow you to, but you'll have to pay the cost of me losing business for the time that you're using it.
How much was it again?
Well, it was about 600 gold to copy it, right? By your estimate?
No, it's 150. It's 50 gold per spell slot.
50 gold per spell slot in 6 hours?
Or sorry, yeah.
6 hours, that's about another 200 gold.
Okay. I don't have any money though.
We have the same problem.
Hmm.
Well, what are the party funds looking like? I have 10 gold pieces that I can contribute.
I have about.
How much gold do you need?
200, I think he said.
320.
How much do we have so far?
10.
Guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here while we're getting that figured out. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining, and hope to see you guys next time.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.
Have a good night.